Cool. So we are live. Hello, everyone. I'm Rick. I'm the game master for Hammer of the Gods. I also play here, stream here, do whatever, as well as being a fairly new writer for Even Footing Games. With me today, other direction, is Jack. Jack, who are you?
I'm pretty good. It's actually nice weather out, and here I am inside going off into space.
Yeah, there you go. So where do we find you, Jack? What do you do?
I am one of the lead artists over at Even Footing Games. If you checked out our books, Babies and Broadswords, I did a lot of the art for that. If you pick up our Winnie the Pooh supplement, I did all the art for that one, and also do art for a lot of the promotional stuff too. You can find me personally at J.R. Brapson at with Facebook or Twitter.
Excellent. So, got a couple of announcements before we get started. This is session 8, which is kind of crazy to think about, of Together Among the Stars. As always, sponsor is Canadian Dice. Go over to canadiandice.ca, use the code THEVACTER, all one word, for 10% off your order. And Maggie's dice pick of this week is the Oceania set. It says they look like anime water in dice form. Don't eat them, because apparently I'm supposed to tell people they can't eat the dice. I don't support that message, but it's fine.
I mean, you tell me something looks like something from anime that might be edible. Yeah, I can understand the warning.
Yeah.
Have you seen Ghibli food?
That's true. You got me there. I would 100% be the pig parent from Spirited Away. Second announcement is the new merch store over at tinyurl.com/vacmerch. There's also, I think, a link down below, maybe? I don't know if I got the new link, actually. Anyway, got awesome designs. The Half-Orc Energy shirt that I forgot to wear today. The Vac Blob, new and exciting, all kinds of fun stuff. And our third announcement, there's no Legacy of Fire tomorrow, as Jer and Ryan are over at Ragnarok Con. So if you're in Kitchener or Waterloo, aka Canada, go see them at Ragnarok. Mistwalkers will be here on Monday at 8:30. Wednesday, Afghan Artemis will be over on Goodman Games Official at 9 for Mutant Crow Classics, with special guest Alphinius from Gooey Cube, who is an awesome person, and I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be so much fun. Thursday, back here again for A Song of Crystal and Shadow with DM Sophia, and that's it for Vacter stuff. My only real announcement is that tomorrow we'll have a different Even Footing Games person over on the Handpot channel. So Aaron will be with us for our character creation. Yeah, I get to harass Aaron another day out of the week. I'm surprised she's not sick and tired of seeing me yet, but here we are. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. Jack, if you would do the honors of rolling our first d6 of the session.
Sure. Not a problem. Let's see. What do we got? Got a 4.
Okay. So I've kind of started, I'm sure you saw whenever you watched. There's the interplanetary travel type of thing to roll for. And so a 4. You make up a game to play during a long stretch of empty space. What are the rules like, and who wins? I'm assuming it's the not-an-auditor because, Space-OSHA.
Well, Thadd, who has joined up as a new temporary recruit, who is not an auditor, but strangely enough has a camera drone that follows him around, and he keeps looking to it and making odd comments occasionally. It's like, yes, I think I have the perfect game.
Okay. What
this game?
What kind of game?
I was thinking, kind of like a truth or dare almost. And, we swap stories of things we might have done that were not 100% compliant with Ranger standards, that I could, just ignore the camera,
Camera? Wait, what?
Oh, no, that's not a camera. I'm sorry. That's my my safety drone.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is that a new thing that they give to the rookies?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I get the test drive it, so who knows? Maybe this camera, safety drone, won't, you might never see it again.
Perfect. I love that. I love not seeing cameras. Tell me more about this game that you're talking about, and I already hate.
Well, I think we should, don't hate it. Don't hate it. Don't hate it till you try it. Don't hate it till you try it. We just bring up a topic of a certain thing that, may or may not resemble a standards checklist for safety protocols. And we say the worst things that we've maybe have seen on it.
Right. How about we play the quiet game?
What's the quiet game?
Exactly. And Breckett just walks away. You're doing great.
Dad looks at the camera.
From the other section, he's just like, you're doing great, Thad.
Thanks. Thad looks to the not camera and says, "Here's Ranger Thadd on Undercover Auditor. I'll get them. Just you wait. Just you wait."
Totally not getting Wicked Witch of the West vibes right now. Fantastic. All right, so as we land on our planet, I'll go ahead and since you rolled for that, I'm going to roll our first discovery. So we are going to suddenly come upon this.
Ooh.
And our first is the 10 of Spades. So spades are a thing. Spades are natural phenomena. It gives examples of huge crystal formations, mirages, vividly colored lightning, strange clouds, rocks eroded in strange shapes, veins of precious metals, etc. And 10 is on a cliff face. So I would say we probably landed near this cliff. And I'm going to say that we see it's nighttime, and we see that there's like this bioluminescent glow. It is just a myriad of colors. Like, if I didn't know that I wasn't tripping acid, I'd be like, something's a little odd here. And yeah, we just kind of are in awe of it. And as we get closer, because, science, you got to get closer, it appears to be some sort of precious metal that is giving off this glow. So I guess it's not really bioluminescent, it's just luminescent, but,
Sorry, ignore that.
With your reminder phone. You're supposed to be streaming.
No, it's a phone.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that was Central Command. I'm sorry. No.
Yeah, you're supposed to turn your phone off when we're on task. I don't know if they taught you that in Ranger School, but
no, of course, no. But Central Command sometimes, they check in on the newbies. It's a new policy, Anyway, this is fantastic. So why don't you give me the step by step of how you safely handle something like this?
Well, you see, what you do is you write it down in your little notebook here, and he pulls out a little tablet where he's, got his little Apple Pencil type thing, and he's just like writing all these notes. And then he goes over and no gloves or anything. He's got, his flight suit on, but no gloves, no helmet, and he just takes some tweezers and takes little samples of the different colors and starts putting them all in the same jar. They're not separated at all. He's just like, yep, you just toss them in here, and and he just throws it into a bag on his back, and it's like That's it. Simple. I know it's very confusing, but you'll get it eventually.
Yeah, I'll get it. I'll get it.
And if you would roll me a d6 to further examine, and because you are not an auditor, you could be either examining the discovery that we found, or it could be something that you noticed that Breckett is doing.
Oh, you're giving me a special mechanic, I see. I like that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Well, I got a 4.
Okay. So you get to add a detail you notice about the feature. So either about Breckett and what he's doing, or about the ore.
I'm thinking that upon removing a piece of the ore away from the central vein, it actually changes color and slight chemical compound.
Okay. Interesting. I like that.
Are you sure that's safe? Please,
Yeah.
please say your answer directly at the drone as if it was me. Again, not a camera.
Uh-huh. How about we just go this way? All right. If you want to roll for our next discovery.
Sure. That's third 4 in a row.
Nice. I believe we come upon this one suddenly as well. Yeah, it's another sudden discovery. And this is the 9 of diamonds.
Ooh.
So 9 is, I believe, near a volcano. No, deep underground. Ooh, okay. And diamonds are living beings, which that one is like the only suit that I actually have memorized. So it gives examples of people like or unlike you: fish, dinosaurs, wolves, birds, giant insects, etc.
Actually, well, and this is my turn to say what it is.
Yep.
Actually, I kind of latched on to. You said living diamonds.
Living beings. The diamonds are living beings. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that
Okay.
concept of like just some kind of like mineral paste, like like almost earth elemental, but made out of diamond.
What if?
Constructs.
And I mean, it's your discovery, so it's up to you. But I just had the thought, like, what if we were exploring this cavern system, and maybe the samples that Breckett picked up were actually alive?
I was hoping to get to something like that. Yeah, I love that idea.
So how do we discover that they've come to life?
Well, you put it in your backpack, so maybe your backpacks aren't shaking.
Thad, please stop shaking my pack.
That's not the good old Thadster. That's something else entirely.
Thadster. Oh my god. Yeah, that's totally normal. That happens all the time. We'll just ignore it. It's fine. And then like Breckett feels something on his shoulder and looks, and there's like a tiny little crystalline person. Like, oh, hi. Where did you come from, little fella? And I just feel like it just gestures at me in some kind of vaguely rude way. I mean, it's from a different culture, so who knows? So let me
Can't tell if it's giving a proper universal greeting or if it's telling you to shove off.
Exactly.
It's one or the other.
Yeah, so I got a 3 on my examination. Yeah, it's absolutely, it's like, it's doing like the air humping thing at me. I'm like, it seems friendly.
Wait, that's universal.
I think it's saying that it likes us. That's what I'm getting from this guy.
All right, so what kind of studies do you and the crew that I'm now a part of do in this type of situation?
Mostly, I'm just gonna try and feed it something, and he just pulls out like a tube of some kind of space food and like holds it up to his shoulder to see if it'll eat anything. And it totally does. It's just like devouring this.
Huh.
This is interspecies communication 101.
Right, part of the handbook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's like page 8, I think.
Well, page 9 on the PDF.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let me roll for our next discovery. Oh, you know what we forgot to do? Forgot to roll for how many cards on this planet.
Yeah.
We were just going to keep going, which is fine. If you would roll me that D6.
I mean, I'm down. Oh, okay, 4th. This
Cool.
die is weird.
We're gonna draw a total of 4, and we'll say it was 6 from the beginning. Nobody saw anything. Not suspicious at all.
Especially the non-camera drone.
Exactly. So this next
I see
discovery.
I see that you didn't properly, aerially, send out a pod to orbit around and survey before we came down. No.
Yeah, we're all out of pods. Actually, they're on back order.
Oh,
that's how it works out here.
Yeah, inventory sucks like that.
Mm-hmm. All right, our next discovery. It's an arduous to get to. It is the King of Clubs. So, clubs are plants and other immobile forms of life. The examples it gives are towering trees, carnivorous pitchers, giant ferns, glowing weeds, floating flowers, and oozing mushrooms, etc. And king is floating in the air. So I'm going to say we reach this large opening in the cavern. It's still underground, but it's just like this cathedral-like space within. And just floating about, we see these they kind of look like ferns, but they grow in all directions because they're floating. So it's just like a ball of fern, and there's little not really little, large mosquito-like creatures flying around in between them. But it seems like they're mostly interested in whatever kind of pollen these plants give off. Mostly.
That pulls out a universal bug spray and just has it at the ready.
Thad, that's in the handbook. You don't kill. No, bad.
No. Self-defense. Self-defense. Just in case.
Self-defense is called run away. That's what we do as rangers.
Well, that is our prime directive. Right. That is our prime directive. Run away if in danger.
Happens, run away. Rule 1. It's on the cover. If you want to roll an investigate or examination on that.
Sure. Oh wow, a 3. Look at that. Got some variety in our life.
I know, 3 and 4, because they're totally not
the same thing.
Yeah. So yeah, you get to add a detail you notice about the feature, either the plants or the bugs or Breckett.
I think in regards to the bugs, I definitely think that they are using some kind of proboscis to, and get something inside of the fern that's floating around.
Okay.
And then they carry it, and then they fly off, carry it around, and seem to maybe brush up against another bug, and it creates maybe sparks or something for a second, but only after they've done this.
Interesting. I feel like my my little shoulder buddy is very fascinated by this. Just watching all of them with his not eyes, because he's just rock.
Yeah, it's tiny little crystal.
Yeah. So Thad, are you learning?
Yes, I'm learning.
Cool, got it. No.
Hmm?
Breckett's just like, cool. Yeah, you're not learning anything. Great. We'll keep going.
Those sparks are pretty.
It's your first day. Well, it's all right. We'll get you some space drugs. You'll learn a lot. Right. If you want to roll for our next discovery, we'll see what Thad finds.
Got a 1.
Excellent. Another arduous to get to. So we're putting in the work today. And we've got the 2 of clubs. So we've got another plant or a mobile form of life. And 2 is under the light of the moon. So what do we discover under the light of the moon or moons?
I think something maybe possibly akin to like Aurora Borealis, but I'm thinking kind of more like...
But it's a plant somehow.
Yeah, but it's a plant. Kind of like there's some kind of like maybe microscopic spores in the air that when the moonlight hits it, they just turn into like a rainbow, kind of like a light show.
So Thad, you see this, like, second acid trip that you're witnessing.
All the
don't
acid
worry
trips.
about what acid is. Yeah, don't worry about what acid is. I know they don't teach you that in Ranger school. You'll learn that soon. But
I know acid. It burns away the flesh. Can be used to check samples.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's exactly what
Comes
it
in
does.
Types.
And Breckett's just like, yeah, let's keep moving, keep going. And he's just like, so you see those little things floating around up there? I'm like 93% sure those are the pollen people that we discovered recently.
How'd you come to that conclusion? Again, answers into the drone.
Well,
it's not a camera.
And as he like turns his back to the drone, he's like, well, you see, science, actually.
Just science.
Mm-hmm.
Not a step-by-step process of hypothesis.
Listen, science is really more of an art than a science.
Is that why Picasso cut off his ear?
Exactly, because of science. And as Thad is contemplating this, Breckett's already walking away.
Hey, wait, get back here. Don't leave me alone with these things.
So I got a 1 on my examination, which is drawing the feature. Yeah, so I think these are just like rainbow pollen people instead of the normal like yellowy pollen people.
So we're thinking like just like kind of like a poof of pollen with like arms and legs.
Basically, yeah. They were kind of chunky little guys.
Sure. Let's see what I can do during this. I'm using the iPad, so I got all kinds of fun little brushes here.
Fantastic. All right. Let me see. So that was your discovery, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, because I rolled in. Yep. I've done this a whole bunch of times, and I still don't know what the heck I'm doing. All right.
And that's fine.
Exactly. Just happy little accidents. So our next discovery...
That's what science is.
Right? It's an art. So our next discovery we come upon suddenly. While you are drawing, I'll go ahead and start on this. We got the 4 of spades. So, spades are, again, our natural phenomena, and a 4 is in a steep canyon. So, I am going to say that, similar to what we had last time, we come upon this canyon and find these buildings, essentially, built into the sides, like hanging off of the canyon walls. Absolutely, Bob Ross was the greatest scientist of our time. Thank you, Phil.
Yeah, happy little trees. It was just psychology.
Yeah, so they're like kind of hanging from the walls, almost like stalactites, but they're buildings. And Breckett's like, see, Thadd, remember whenever I said these were the pollen people? Those are pollen people houses. I was right because science.
Okay, I got a question, though.
Yes.
Got a question. How do you establish how strong their Wi-Fi is? So I'm not getting anything on my comm.
You see, we don't have Wi-Fi out here. You've got to use data, and it's all roaming all the time.
Roaming? Oh, no!
Yeah, the charges are outrageous, but you can just write it off as an expense. You just turn it in every time you go back to Hermes Station. It's fine.
Oh, man, I gotta tell that to HR.
Who? What? What was that?
What? I didn't say anything. I mean, HR. HR. Like that's my friend. HR. I just call him HR.
Yeah, another cadet. I got it. Yeah. Whenever you're ready, if you want to roll your examination. Well, I take a.
There's the. Premium art right there.
I love that so much. Definitely make sure that you post that in the Discord. That way,
I'll clean it up a little bit. Yeah. Oh, got a 6.
Okay. Let's see. What was 6? 6 was, I think, how it changes. Yeah. So tell us how these buildings change in some way.
I'm seeing it. I'm getting it. We got a bit of a theme of like things interacting by like connecting or disconnecting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking that maybe there are sections, like there are static parts of these houses, but then there are pieces that actually float around and just easily connect to each other. So it's like at any point, your house can suddenly be like a second story, or kind of like a second story, or like suddenly you have a bathroom off to the side.
It's real like Tetris-y.
Yeah.
Like just like an L shape breaks off, goes over and connects to another piece on the other side of the canyon. Breck is just like, I did something similar during class a lot. I mean, I totally learned a lot from classes. Didn't play games the whole time.
No.
You didn't hear that. Suspicious rookie guy.
I maybe didn't. I mean, my drone certainly didn't hear anything because it has a highly optimized audio. I mean,
yeah. Breck is just like searching in his bag, and you kind of like maybe half hear him mumbling something about like, "Where's that gun that Ash gave me?" Like, oh yeah, it's not a camera, right. As he just gets more and more paranoid the whole time, like starting to finally catch on.
Not at all being subtle.
No. We don't believe in subtlety in space.
Also part of the prime directive.
What's that?
Also part of the prime directive. Run away from all danger and don't be subtle.
Exactly. If you want to roll for our last card.
Sure. 5.
Okay. So, take a shift on the night crew. We spot this, as we are resting. So, got the 2 of Hearts.
2 of Hearts.
Finally hit our last. Also, I'm going to have that song stuck in my head now. Yeah, Hearts are ruins.
Say it's either that or the Ace of Spades.
Yeah, Yeah. I just need to make a playlist, like all of the different card-themed songs that are the soundtrack to this game now. So hearts are ruins. The examples it gives are mysterious obelisks, vine-covered temples, abandoned dwellings for people bigger than you or smaller, a wrecked spaceship, etc. So, what kind of ruin do we find?
I'm thinking that we saw a past incarnation of the settlement we just saw, but obviously more archaic, and it was that whole floating idea.
Okay.
Went horribly wrong. And there's just a large clump of just pieces of these little houses just all cobbled together into one big monstrosity.
It's like Akira if it was a house.
Yes.
Breck is just like looking at it like, I think I see some pollen skeletons. Do they have skeletons? Yeah, they probably have skeletons. Everything has a skeleton, except for amoebas. And he just like trails off. And you see like he's got the 1,000-yard stare for a minute. And
Yeah,
by a minute,
amoebas.
I mean like probably like 3 or 4 minutes of just like spaced out. He's like, yeah, everything has a skeleton. Yep.
And that the whole time's like, well, maybe he's like pointing out various things like, yeah, there's a little skeleton. I think that's a little pollen toaster that's really ancient. Or like, maybe that's, hey, there's their Wi-Fi. Oh, wait, it's broken.
Yeah. It is probably the amoebas. They're the worst. Natural predator of the pollen people. So I got a 5 on my examination. Yeah, and I record how the feature changes in some way. 100% as, Breckett's talking about how amoebas are the natural enemy of the pollen people. There is definitely a very large amoeba that is
because of course
crawling like over the top of it, and Breckett's just like, nope, we're done here. We're going.
Anyway, but don't you guys study that? I mean,
nope.
I mean, who knows what things we can learn about why it, did that.
Listen,
is that what caused this?
The only thing you need to know about amoebas is just don't.
I'll have you know my brother-in-law's an amoeba.
I'm not surprised by that.
It's okay. He's a jerk.
Breckett's just like trying to figure out how that would even work, and he's already back at the ship.
Well, if you want to throw in Akira logic, should do that big speech of how everything's amoeba.
All right, so Breckett is definitely leaving this planet. First sign of an amoeba, that is a good reason to leave. So, like, the ship is already starting to kind of lift off as Thadd's getting to it.
Hey, wait, whoa.
Like, the ramp is only maybe like a foot off the ground, but you still have to jump to get in there.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry, Thadd, I forgot you were here. My bad. I'm just so used to... I normally work solo, except for all the times that I don't.
Don't want to be MIA, missing and awesome, you know what I mean?
Oh, man, this guy's the worst. Sure. All right.
I'm happy I could bring this to the podcast.
Absolutely. So I've got our next planet is 4 cards, which is perfect. That would probably get us about to the hour mark.
Sure.
If you want to, actually, you rolled for the interplanetary travel last time, so I'll roll this one.
Oh. How did Geek Mythology Crafts know of Thadd's name in the frat? Thaddeus Rex.
I have no idea how that would even be possible. So I got a 6, which means we share a meal together. It says,
perfect.
Ship's rations. What's the worst part? What's the best part? The best part is my new little crystalline pal who just keeps getting bigger. Like he started out, he's like maybe a couple inches tall. After I gave him the space food, he got up to like about 6 inches tall. It's kind of like the pollen people, how they grow really quickly. He's now like toddler sized after eating this meal with us. Yeah. And totally is with us as we're going to this next planet, which is definitely not a violation at all. The worst part, though, is Breckett has like earbuds in, and he's just like hanging out with his crystalline pal, and Thadd just keeps trying to talk to him the whole time. And every time he does, it's like advanced AirPods. So like every time Thadd talks, it pauses the music. He's like, "What?" Yes.
Oh, and might I add that Thadd is sitting there like, elbow on the table, cross-legged, totally not looking at a little, portable device that is telling him the possible infractions, and he's, definitely not going over them one by one and asking questions like, "So did you check his that creature's toxicity levels with airborne components?" You're nodding your head. Okay, you're nodding your head. Okay, nice.
And I like look over and I'm like, "Are you toxic?" And it's just like, yeah, it's fine. All right.
The penguin that you guys found a couple episodes ago just walks by and he's like, "Hey, wait, is that that's got to be a violation? I mean, a violation of my subconscious because it's so cute."
Yeah, you're right. It is. As Reggie, the crystal dinosaur, comes in and is just like eating off of Thadd's plate.
Tacos.
Look, man,
my ration tacos that are probably just
dinosaurs love tacos. This is just science fact. Okay.
Everyone loves tacos. That's science.
That's the first good point you've had this whole time.
Thanks.
All right. You want to roll for our first discovery on the next planet?
Sure. Got a 5.
Okay. So 5 means we come upon, or no, sorry, we're resting. So night crew. We've got the Jack of Diamonds. So we are starting off strong with living creatures, and Jack is in the desert. So Breck is just like, that last planet was pretty chill. As he lands in the desert, and it's a cold desert, like it's a tundra.
Oh, fun.
But this one, he says, as the ramp starts to lower, is really chill. So what do we find? What kind of living creature do we find in the tundra?
Let's see. I am always a fan of land sharks. Like, I love the concept of land sharks. So, definitely a land shark. And I would say, let's give it something fun. Since this is a tundra. You said tundra?
Yep.
Huh. So, the trails it leaves behind are 3-prong, because it's got and one of them's like misleading as a way to do like a predatorial thing where it leaves like a false trail.
Okay.
And they're rather huge.
Interesting.
I would say the size of a Cadillac.
That's pretty big, yeah. I don't know if you would know, wasn't Land Shark like the really old SNL skit as well, where it's like obnoxious and shows up?
Yeah. See, for me, D&D wise, Bullet's my favorite creature.
Yeah, they are pretty cool. So
the best way to surprise a party.
Oh, absolutely. Let me see. So I got a 4. I believe for my examination. That is let's see, where'd that go? Yeah, I added a detail that I noticed about the feature. I'm gonna say that it like pops up near the ramp as we're just kind of like watching it make its little trails, and the babblefish in Breckett's ear starts translating. He's like, "That are you talking? Was that you? It doesn't sound like you."
I mean, I wasn't just mumbling to myself or anything. Looks to the camera and says, "Ignore what I just said."
And Breckett's just like, I think that land shark is trying to talk to us. Did you hear it?
Heard something. Heard like weird sounds. Hold on, I got maybe turn my thing on the right frequency. And just until you maybe hear something more intelligent.
Yeah, as you like adjust the frequency of it, you hear something about the extended warranty on your ship. As this land shark like pops its head up.
Nah, our warranty's handled by our corporation or federation.
Yeah, Thad, did you go to Ranger school? Are you sure?
Yeah. The Ranger school, yeah. I mean, it's not like I went to, an alternate one about, like doing, safety checks and audits. I went to, Ranger school.
So you went to the fake one. Got it. As he just like walks out and like gives the little land shark some head scratches. Oh yeah, no, I already told HR about the fake one. It was a whole thing. I think they are in prison now, probably, maybe.
Wait, is that why I can't get a copy of my transcripts?
Yeah, probably. So Breckett is gonna just walk out, start doing science, and this is gonna be an arduous discovery. We've got the 4 of hearts.
Ooh.
So 4 is in another steep canyon. And so hearts are ruins. I feel like as we've kind of walked, it's really just this boring, not really anything exciting tundra for quite a ways until we start getting closer to. It seems like there's something off in the distance, right? As we approach it, we see that it's just this huge, basically like the Grand Canyon. Something about like the lay of the land, we couldn't see it until we got pretty close to it. And Breckett just pulls out his rappelling gear and just starts going down. Because at the bottom he sees some sort of structure. We can't quite make it out from where we are. And just looks back at Thadd like, did you bring your climbing gear? Because you don't look like you have it.
He just literally pulls it out of nowhere, and it's not your standard grade Ranger gear. It's like, professional, like rock climber. I do this for funsie type gear.
Oh, that's interesting. Cute. Don't want to know where you were. Don't want to know where you had that stored, but okay.
Oh, I always got my climbing gear on me. You never know when there might be a peak to climb over or an obstacle to, just do the good old grab and pull.
I love that Giga Thadd is also a rock climbing bro.
Oh, definitely. Oh, 100%.
Just the absolute worst. He also works for Space-OSHA.
I do this in between CrossFit.
Oh my god. Breckett's just like, I hate this guy so much. So much.
Just can't deny, he has rockin' pecs and a great 6-pack.
Yeah. Somehow, like, his flight suit is just always unzipped, and he has no shirt on underneath.
Exactly.
Like,
which is probably a violation in itself.
Yeah, absolutely. Breckett's just like, hey, Thadd, you're always mumbling about violations, but pretty sure you're supposed to wear a shirt under your flight suit.
Wait. Oh. Yeah. I mean, I'm not always mumbling about violations, and especially the ones that have pertain to the shirt policy. Let's get down there. Let's get down there. Come on, show me your climbing skills. Come on.
Yeah, it's like rule 4: no shoes, no shirt, no signs.
All right, I'm climbing.
And as we get down to the bottom, Breckett's still just like mumbling about his rule 4, because also I feel like Thadd has those what were they called, the like shoes that have the toes on them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I cannot for the life of me. Chat might know.
No, there's I immediately think of the soccer cleats, but I know that's not what it is.
Yeah. But whatever they were called, he's got those. It looks like he's barefoot all the time. And so we get down to the bottom. Oh,
you're talking about those ones? Oh yeah, he's definitely got those.
Yeah. I cannot for the life of me remember what they're called. But so as we get down to the bottom, we see that there is this building covered in vines. Seems like it might have frozen over suddenly because everything, like the vines underneath, are mostly green still, but it is covered in a fairly thick layer of ice and snow. And 5-finger shoes. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, so he just like pulls out a little like hand axe and starts just chipping away at this ice. And it's like, Thadd, are you gonna help, or are you just gonna stand there and stare at the not a camera?
No, watch. Pulls out a mini hairdryer, connects it via USB to the not camera, and just
Thadd, you don't have any hair. Why do you have a hairdryer? You know what? Actually, forget what I asked. Let's not go there. And if you want to roll for your examination.
5.
Okay. So how does our icy building change in some way?
Just because I'm just liking the idea of the little people that we've been getting. Just when we start, especially when start to chip away and melt at the walls of this, just within this. Now, did you describe the structure as big, or was it? Did you describe the size?
Our sized.
Oh, it's our size. Never mind.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that could be fun too. It's just we start chipping away, and when we peer in through like one of the holes, we see just like fuzzy, kind of like subterranean creatures, and they immediately start just like giving, shaking fists, mumbling incoherently. Oh, actually, I guess because you got your babblefish yelling about like ruining their insulation and whatnot.
They're just like icy walks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Perfect. I love that. And Breckett's just like, oh, I just wanted to see what was inside. Your door was frozen. My bad. I'll just fuck off.
It's gonna take centuries to get that fixed.
Yeah, that guy, pointing at Thadd, just like he's the worst. I'm sorry.
Wait, what? Okay, I can make this good. He like unplugs his hairdryer and shoves it through the hole. It's like, here, you need this more than I do.
You just see immediately they start like, they plug it into some kind of, it doesn't look like our outlets in any way, but it's just like,
it's USB. It's universal.
Well, it's like one of the vines, and then you see it glows faintly with, you assume, electricity as they plug it in, and then they just start like pointing the hairdryer at each other. They're like, "Oh, this is great! It's so warm." All right.
And
you want to roll for our next discovery?
And little do we know, after we leave, they melt their house down considerably by accident.
It's fine. They're warm.
Yep. 3.
3. All right. So we come upon this next one suddenly. And
Dun, dun, dun.
Ooh, the 10 of diamonds. So, we've got some living beings, and 10 is on a cliff face. So, tell us about this discovery. What do we find?
Well, I think we probably went down lower. And, we propelled down. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, let's see, what's something real fun? I'm thinking we found a large kind of a cliff face with a lot of like little holes, and there are these odd worm type creatures that are coming in and out of the holes, and there's a lot of them too.
Okay. Are we talking like dune type worms or?
No. We're talking like earthworm sort of thing. The thing from Labyrinth came to mind.
Perfect.
The little worm from Labyrinth.
Yeah. Cool. So does it talk? Is it that kind of worm?
I would say, considering we've been encountering some things that do talk, let's say it doesn't. Perfect. Just to have a little mix up.
Yeah. And the crystalline little dude. Chad, if you want to throw out a name for our little rock buddy, because I'm not even coming up with names right now. It's just drawing a blank.
Well, you see, little do you know is that it's already gone the name of Little Thadd.
Yeah, Breckett's never calling it that. Not even once. As Breckett Jr. As Breckett Jr. is just like climbing down, super fast because it's made of rock, so like it doesn't even have climbing gear. It just starts like punching at these holes as the worms it's like whack-a-mole but with worms.
Little Thadd, what are you doing? It's not science. When they go squish, that was kind of cool.
Yeah, look, Breckett Jr. is not a scientist, okay? Chat says his name is Jim. Yeah, and Jim absolutely smashes some of these worms and then just shoves them in his mouth. That was pretty scientific, if you ask me, for being not a scientist.
Right, it was. And Thadd looks like he's considering doing it too.
Do it, Thadd.
Thadd does it. Should I roll to see what discovery I've discovered?
You tell me.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll. I got a 4.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I don't even know.
It came upon suddenly.
Okay. What do you suddenly come upon?
Some major... Actually, you know what? Since you said he doesn't have hair, he's suddenly growing odd spindles of hair slowly out of his head.
Thad, I don't mean to concern you or anything, but are you naturally bald or do you shave your head? Because something's happening.
I got a skin condition, I'll have you know.
Well, you don't have it anymore.
Whoa! It just echoes through the thing. And just for fun, I'll say the hair resembles the texture of the people that we found in the ice cliff face, the ice wall.
Nice. So rough.
Yeah.
Animal hair, basically.
You got it.
its little bear hair.
Who knows what that means?
But it's long, like it's like rough texture, very thick, but it's like long Fabio flowing type hair. Yeah.
Yeah,
But instead of being
much.
like shiny and whatever, it's kind of that dull brown. Yeah,
Nice.
that's an interesting look you've got there. No judgment, but like, wow, that's something. And we will roll for our last card, which I got a 5. So Breckett and Thadd and Earth Guy Jim are taking a little break. Breckett's definitely not napping or anything. And our last discovery is the 5 of Hearts.
And I would say that Jim is currently doing Thadd's hair.
Jim, you don't know where that's been.
No, it's cool. It's science.
Okay, I don't know how we're gonna do this one because I've had a similar kind of problem.
We'll figure it out.
So it's the 5 of Hearts. Hearts are ruins, and 5 is in a treetop. I guess. You know what?
Ruins in a treetop. That could be totally doable.
Actually, yeah. You know what?
Cover temples, abandoned. Yeah.
Let's say that there is an enormous tree, like world tree type.
Oh,
big.
Got some Teladril stuff going on.
Yeah. So we're just kind of
for World of Warcraft people.
I mean, I'm sure there's a few of them out there somewhere. So we're just kind of, taking this break and whatever. And Breckett's just like, hey, do you see that off on the horizon? Talking to Jim.
Yeah, was that... Hey. And then Jim cuts him off.
Yeah. Like, Jim doesn't actually talk. He just is, like, signing.
Yeah.
And Jim just starts, like, running. Breckett's like, okay, well, I guess we better follow the little guy because he's, like, 2 days old.
All right. I'm not as aerodynamic as I was previously, so...
Yeah, Thadd is much slower than he used to be. Like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, pretty much.
And as Jim runs off towards the horizon, we see this large tree, and it starts to, as we get closer to it, we're like, it's way bigger than we would have thought. Start climbing up the side of it, only to find that these little, like, not Ewoks have a whole seemingly abandoned village up here in this tree. And up at the very top of it, there's seems like a temple, maybe. There's a golden statue at the very top.
Why do I feel like I know where this is going?
I mean, that's where I was finishing it with the golden statue, and then I was gonna let you roll your examination. So it is like a humanoid looking golden statue, though.
Got a 3.
Okay. 3, what was that one? Oh yeah, you just add a detail, right? Yeah.
The detail
what
is...
detail do you notice?
It looks a little like Thadd.
Oh my god. It's C3P Thadd. Thadd, have you been here before?
Yeah. Have I? I haven't seen any bars around. No.
That's not suspicious. Breckett starts, like, scribbling notes in his tablet.
Man, I like that statue.
Yeah, it's kind of ugly. I mean, it's interesting.
Got its charm. It's got rugged charm,
Yeah.
The chiseled abs, the pecs. Wait. Those are my pecs. Those are my abs.
Thadd's gonna fight the statue now. Perfect. Well, we are out of cards, and we've been at this for about an hour now. I know that we don't have a strict time limit, but that's usually where I try to wrap it up. So, Thadd, how do we end this exploration? Since you've been not taking notes and not talking to a camera.
Thadd, after seeing that statue, hands you the drone and says, I think I understand. I think I know my future. And it is not being an auditor. I was totally auditing you. This is a camera.
Yeah, no, I picked up on that eventually.
I'm telling you this because divine beings are truthful, and I am clearly a divine being.
Oh my god. That's fantastic.
You must go and tell the cosmos about me. I will be with my people. And I will teach them how to bender.
And as you're saying this, like, you couldn't see it because Breckett's doing a really good job of hiding it, but he's like deleting all records of this planet, like fully taking it out of the archives. It's like Camino in Star Wars, like it's just gone.
Yeah.
Therefore, it does not exist. Yep. So yeah, this planet no longer exists according to Federation records.
Tell my brother-in-law, the amoeba, he's still a jerk.
You know, I can handle that. Perfect. That is a great place for us to end, though. And it sounds like we're going to be rating Gooey Cube because, you know, Alphanius is going to be on MCC this week. So, yeah, whenever you guys are ready to do the raid, we'll go ahead and I'll switch us over to our end screen.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thank you for coming and playing, Jack. It has been a blast. And hopefully you'll come on again, and maybe it'll be a different Ranger. Maybe we'll find Thadd somewhere else.
And then it'll be Ranger Thadd, not a god.
Amazing. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. We'll see you all next time.